Alright guys, Atiku and Rufai will not like this because right now P2B dumps any coalition. He said that he's no longer going to coalition with anybody, and because I believe because they've warned him, the South have warned him, the Obret have warned him that any coalition to become a vice to anybody, you will lose your supporters. They've told him because they cannot allow or withstand Atiku to become the next president of Nigeria. See what Tinubu is doing. They would rather allow Tinubu to become the next president for 8 years than allow Atiku to become it. So now P2B have dumped any coalition, anything coalition that he's going to stand on his own, because the same P2B pulled out crowd the last election alone. That means he can do better this time around. Take a look at this video. Get to you guys in a minute.
We have reports that P2B has pulled out of the coalition. I repeat, we have reports that P2B has pulled out of the coalition. Now, the APC will be very, very happy. The APC will be very, very happy. We know that P2B would not accept to become a vice presidential candidate to Atiku in today's politics, because he also has his followers, the obedient movement and also the middle belt. The middle belt are saying that if P2B joins coalition with Atiku Rufai, man, they have no choice than to vote Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And most of the obedient supporters are saying that P2B should go into the coalition, but should not become a vice presidential candidate to Atiku. Everybody wants a Southern president. We know that Atiku, at this point in time, would not want to settle for less because age is not on his side. Imagine the North supports a P2B and they do 4 years. And they do 4 years. How old will be Atiku? So Atiku seems time is running out on Atiku. That is why you see he's so desperate that he wants to become the candidate. And they have what it takes to beat Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The coalition has what it takes to beat President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, coalition or not. Some people believe that P2B is working for Tinubu. Look at the last elections. Some analysts say that imagine Atiku and Obi worked together, they will have beat Tinubu hands down. It was Tinubu leaving the PDP that destroyed the chances of PDP clinching onto that presidency. It was Obi that divided PDP's votes that made a Bola Ahmed Tinubu win the election. That is why they are saying P2B is working for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now let's look at this angle. Many people are happy, many are angry. Personally, I believe that with the coalition or without the coalition, if there is a plan, if there's a strategy, Tinubu can be beaten 2027. Let's look at it. We know that Atiku has northern Nigeria. And as it stands now, I don't think Tinubu would be having enough votes from northern Nigeria. That's why you see the southern votes, the president is trying to align the southern votes in his favor. He's collapsing his structures. Northerners are saying it, that they know that Tinubu is collapsing southern structures so that he can have the bulk vote there. You know, the kind of structure we talk about is not the people, it is the politicians to come to his side, so that when they want to rig elections, if the politicians say, yes, we are joining you to rig elections in southern Nigeria, it will go their way. But the North, did they change that for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu? So, if you look at it critically, like I said, with or without the opposition, they can beat President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in a free and fair election. The APC is not ready. The APC is not ready for a coalition. Okay, let's look at this. It's even good. Somebody said it is even good for P2B to pull out of the coalition, because Tinubu's stronghold is in the north, according to him. He can razzle it out with Atiku, while P2B definitely take southeast, south, middle belt, and some states in the southwest. Everybody is speculating left, right, center. Let's understand this. Imagine. Let's not even talk about, let's look at what are the political parties that we have today. If P2B pulls out of the coalition, is he going to run on which political party? Or is he not planning to run on any party, because the plan of the APC is to make these guys partyless. That is their plan. Make these guys partyless because they are becoming popular. The APC know that they don't have the mandate and support of the people. Forget social media influencers, those that are working in secretariat and government, having social media handles, commenting and supporting President Tinubu on social media. Go on the streets, you will see that a lot is going on. A lot is going on. Hey, no wonder Tinubu is desperate with, like, join the APC. You join. They know they don't have the mandate of the people. Now, looking at this calculation, if Peter Obi is able to run under the Labour Party, which I believe is non-existent, and Atiku is running under a coalition or whatever, we are coming to that coalition because Amechi came out to say one thing today, that the current administration is sabotaging efforts of them getting a new political party. That is what Amechi insinuated today. So when you look at it, P2B gets the southeast and some part of south-south, obedient movement, and middle belt into one part. The north, Tinubu will not get the votes he's expecting to get from northern Nigeria the way he got it last time because of Atiku, Rufai, Buratai, and co. Middle belt is going for P2B. Southeast is going for P2B. Some votes in his south, maybe southwest, they will hassle it. So it will be Atiku and a Tinubu that will contest that northern vote, because you can't depend and rely on southwest votes to win elections. Even Atiku cannot rely on northern votes to win elections. P2B cannot rely on southeast or south-south votes to win elections. So everybody needs a vote from another region. So how does this happen? It can be a spoiler for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, but we know that the president and his gang of people are sitting down, they are watching, calculating. Political calculation, political geniuses and mathematicians will be employed by the end of this year to be able to look at the chances of an APC getting votes from this constituency, from that senatorial district, from that state. That will be their calculations, and they will be funded and they will work towards it. We have a $21.5 billion to borrow. Don't forget. Yes, we can use that for election. If you borrow it, you can use it for election. You know, Nigeria has a spending problem, not a revenue problem. Budget, we have 6 trillion naira padded in the budget. Nobody is bringing out. No revolution. A new company that was created not up to 1 year was given an oil block. No revolution. So if they borrowed $21.5 billion and use it for election, what would Nigerians do? So the APC, as we speak, they are banking on rigging that election. They are banking on rigging the election. If they don't rig the election, my brother, they cannot stand if free and fair. That is why I don't believe that. I'm beginning to change my mind on this Muhammad Yakubu of a person. Muhammad Yakubu may not be sacked. I'm telling you. Yakubu Muhammad may not be sacked. Because it seems that guy is maybe the only person that would pull that stunt of returning Tinubu 2027. He has the experience of, let's say, rigging elections. He has the connections. He has experience before. And him day where Buhari returned second term, Tinubu recommend Muhammad Yakubu, INEC chairman. Tinubu recommended him to Buhari before Buhari now said, okay, yes, come and be the INEC chairman. The same guy nine conduct the elections of Buhari second term, which Atiku took them to court. Now the same guy nine conduct 23 elections, so he has experience in this structure of criminality, in this system. He is a professor at that system. So I'm looking, maybe this guy, they may not drop him. If they want to even drop him, he will be inside, an insider. I'm telling you, they might tell him anything they can tell him to be an insider. Because I don't see this APC planning to run a free and fair election. So if Peter Obi is leaving the coalition, they can still cause a damage to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. If Nigerians really want Tinubu out of government, if Nigerians really want, the Nigerians want to look like this. Somebody is telling me beforehand that he's going to sell his voter's card. He's going to collect money because of hunger. The person that is telling me has a cow, he has money. Don't talk of people that are hungry on the streets. If they go on election day, with the hunger and everything, with the with the suffering, if they see 20,000, they will sell their votes. These Nigerians. If only Nigerians are willing and desirous to see a change, that is, if they understand what a change really means and the sacrifice they need to put out for that change to manifest. Man, Tinubu it's easy. Forget about the rigging, whatever. The North, like what the North is saying, that every polling unit, we are going to man polling unit. We are going to make sure that if you rig, they say hashtag rig and die. Rig and die. If you try it, you might be risking your life committing that crime, that criminality at the polling unit. They will start with polling unit. If you rig, man, and I trust the APC. This expo you are giving APC, they will use it to. I said it. The number one thing on Tinubu's mind is to become president for 8 years. Number one thing. He doesn't care if disaster carry everybody away from Nigeria. So far, he's announced the president. Let's see what the opposition is doing. I know that APC, like I said before, will be happy that Peter Obi left. Some Obedients were in support of the coalition. Some people are saying that they don't care who is there. They don't care. They just want to go out. Whether it's Atiku or some people say they just want. Some Obedients believe that with that coalition, the majority of the Igbos in that Obedient movement, they don't want a Fulani. I don't know the issue between the Igbo and the Fulani. I think it is Buhari. This Fulani, this not an Igbo hatred. Buhari made it so deep. Buhari made it so deep, even as president. He killed during the war, as about 1,000 men. He killed, until he was tired of killing. He now came, that is when he was military, he now came as president. And now started sending troops of armies, soldiers into the southeast, and they were shooting aside, killing, ransacking village. So Buhari is one of the reasons why the Igbos find it difficult at this point in time. Usually we had alliance between political alliance, so not the people. Political alliance with the southeast and the north. You used to have it there. But now I don't think it's going to be possible. Anybody look at Kanu. Channels TV interview. They were asking him about P2B. He said he doesn't want to talk about P2B. The Shehu Akibaloya tried asking him for like 5 to 7 times, repeating, using style to ask him to talk about P2B. He said he doesn't want to talk about P2B because if he just talk about P2B, that is senatorial seat. They go tell him, say, you as you did, you are not going back. How the Obedient movement will attack Kanu. In fact, they are looking for an opportunity to attack him. And he knows. He knows. So as it is, man, this politics of the thing, we try to analyze, but it's becoming more confusing at the moment. It's becoming more confusing. My advice is that if you are a person and you have your voter's card, check whether your conscience is alive. Vote somebody you believe. If it's Tinubu you believe, vote. If it's Obi you believe, vote. If it's Atiku you believe, vote. Because these 3 people, they are coming out. With what we have seen, these 3 people, they are coming out for the next election. Whether you like it or yes, they are coming out to show themselves for the next election. Now the coalition, I suspect it is Atiku and Amechi. These are the people that will make the coalition. I told you before that the way they are doing these things, like Atiku, they will make a vice, and P2B has to accept vice. But you see, with the conditions on ground, Middlebelt paraying for this and that, I don't think that P2B will have to take that too. And it will be very, very odd for the northern part of Nigeria. Very odd for them. See, I know how it feels. P2B is now presidential candidate. Atiku is vice presidential. They believe, no. The coalition has been trying to P2B come and collect vice. The guy not even listen to them. He not listen to them. That's okay. Their own political mathematicians, statisticians, they are looking at, okay, we have an Amechi. Let's get an Amechi. That's why you see Amechi have been granting interviews of late, talking about his performance, this and that, bashing Tinubu, blah, blah, blah. Look at what the Northern has said. Let me read this. Very important. Tinubu's plan is to harmonize the Southern votes and compete very well in the North. Tinubu's plan is to harmonize Southern votes. This is what I've been saying a very long time. And compete very well in the North. If the opposition fields a Northern candidate, they will help him do just that. You get what I'm saying? If the coalition or the opposition fields a Northern candidate, that means it is a big blow on their behalf. They will just help him achieve his aim of harmonizing Southern Nigeria, because South will kick against a Northern candidate from the coalition or the opposition. So South will be in favor of Tinubu. I've met Igbo people, 20, more than 20. They tell me that instead of a Fulani to become president this second term, Tinubu should rule and even rule for 20 years. Despite the fact that the current administration is dealing with the Igbos. And the woman is saying that instead of a Fulani man to become president next year, that is Atiku, Tinubu should rule for 20 years. So they will help him do just that. Like I said, the opposition has the massive structures to sell any Southerner in the North. But they don't have the structures to sell a Northerner in the South as of today. Agreement is agreement. When it reach time for settlement, you're going to tell me nonsense. No, agreement is agreement. I like this guy. He said, the opposition has the massive structures to sell any Northerner in the North. They know that it is the turn of the South. Yes, that's why I said, personally, if I'm going to tell you the coalition, the merger that will beat a Tinubu hands down, is a Jonathan presidency. If Jonathan agrees to run as president under a coalition, if Jonathan agrees to run, my brother, nobody needs too much campaign. People themselves go to campaign against the APC. Now that time you go know whether people. Oh, some people believe that Yorubas like Tinubu for like. Me, have lived in Yoruba land. Tinubu is not the favorite. I'm telling you seriously. When it comes to morals and Omoluabi issues, Tinubu is not the favorite. There are other Yoruba leaders that are more preferred to Tinubu. Yorubas don't forget all these ones online. You see somebody comment online. He's so active online. You now want to put them as all Yorubas. No. If a Jonathan becomes a candidate in this election, the North will wholeheartedly support him because they know that he has only 4 years to do. His candidacy will respect the South and North agreement. The next 4 years, they know that if he does 4 years, he has no option. Nothing will make him want to run for presidency again. Unlike if P2B run 4 years now, they won't plan to complete 8 years. But Jonathan is that by law. However, he will not be running for presidency. South go vote Jonathan. Southeast goes vote Jonathan. See, Southwest votes cannot return a Bola Tinubu. Northerners want to die on this matter. It is then that the coalition will secure Northern votes and will be dragging South. We're dragging Southern Nigeria with Bola Tinubu. So my own personal, that is the only coalition that I believe that will genuinely, whether Tinubu want to rig it or not, or however I want to try it will genuinely beat a Tinubu's coalition, a Tinubu's APC, hands down. Okay? Now, according to reactions, this guy says, you are right. But you see, Some northern politicians would rather wait for 2031 and expect power shift than fight another southern candidate who would want second term too. Some of them won't put any serious energy into fighting for a southern candidate. This guy is also making sense, saying that some people are preparing. I don't know what I think it's Atiku's desperation that is fueling this coalition. Because normally some southern candidates are waiting for 2031 for them to come and show their muscle. People like Rufai and co. They are waiting for 2031. So it will be very disastrous if this coalition does not bring a southern candidate. This one appears to be come out. They are just going to help a Tinubu run, win the election. So some of them will just support this. They prefer southern. Let southerners finish their thing. They don't care. The same guy is saying, personally, I don't care from which region the president comes. If a southerner governs us well, I don't mind him staying for 80 years rather than just 8. I believe this is a step towards dismantling the zoning formula. Wow. It's important that let your eyes be opened, be alert, just calm down and be watching what is going on. This 2026-2027 will be one of the hottest political years. Alliance, realliance, alignment, and realignment will be the order of the day. At the end of the day, 2027 will have elections. And these elections will see to the victory of a person. But I'm also telling you not. Southern turn, if you allow a Tinubu win that election, the cry all these politicians are crying, a small cry. They go cry. I tell you, they go cry. If you allow Tinubu win that election, man, the cry will be... May God help Nigerians.
Because I don't see reason why P2B should agree to that term of becoming the vice of anybody. Because we all know how we supported him. He has plans. He has given us the plans, the drawing, the agendas he has for Nigerians, on also how he planned on achieving all those. So imagine becoming the vice to somebody does not make any sense. It does not make any sense. It's going to just be worse. Because imagine allowing Atiku to become the president. That means you are the vice. You don't have the power to do anything or to say anything. And they can even shut you up for 4 good years. And even shut you up with the next election because Atiku might still come out second term, making it 80 years. And then by then, you no longer have the mind to come out and contest. So now agreeing to be the vice is not the way forward. And the obedience have warned him that if he comes out to do that, they will lose his support for him. That they won't support him at all. And they will rather support Tinubu again, the person they've seen that have led to continue leading, than to allow Atiku to become the next president of Nigeria. So that's the matter right now. That he is no longer collaborating with anybody. He is staying in the Labour Party. He's going to stay on his own, not joining any party or anything like that. He's going to stay on his own. So that's a now agreement of that. But let me get your views in the comment section about that video. I'll be to guys in my next video, guys. Stay tuned, guys.